Ibuki, the young ninja in training who just wants to live a normal life. Hailing from Street Fighter III, Ibuki has been a popular character with fans ever since. By using kicks, grabs, agility, and precision, Ibuki can fight her opponents with a swift and deadly approach. In Street Fighter V, Ibuki's toolset has mostly changed due to how versatile she is as a character, with the most notable change being her kunai special. Ibuki also gained new techniques courtesy of the V system to further trick her opponents and remind them of how strong ninjas are. Ibuki has some pretty powerful kick-based normals, one of them being her Bonshogeri. This is one of Ibuki's best poking tools due to how difficult it can be to deal with when well spaced. This move can't cancel into anything, but if it crush counters, then Ibuki can get a small follow-up and start her offense from the knockdown. However, if used incorrectly, then Ibuki will be punished for her troubles. At a closer range, Ibuki can utilize her standing medium kick. This has decent mileage as it's Ibuki's main pressure tool and combo starter. Ibuki can slowly push the opponent to the corner on block with standing medium kick, and if it hits, then depending on Ibuki's resources, can inflict good damage. The most important thing about Ibuki is handling her kunai technique. Next to her meter gauges, there is a kunai counter that the player needs to keep an eye on. This determines when she can use the kunais. They can be thrown on the ground and whilst airborne like her previous iterations, but the new kunai technique she has is kunai ikinage, which allows Ibuki to throw all of her remaining kunais at once. Depending on the button strength, the angle of the kunais will change direction and allow Ibuki to close the distance or extend combos. Ibuki will also want to utilize her EX kunai as well. The air version is quite troublesome and is one of her main approach tools, and has benefits on both hit or block. But be warned, as once there are no kunais remaining, Ibuki will throw out nothing, so pay attention. Ibuki's V skills are just extensions of her ninja techniques. Her V skill 1, Tenrai, is a palm blast that's used as a poking tool to help her with her ground game. Tenrai comes out fairly quickly, but Ibuki can charge it to make it do more damage and be safe from punishment. However, if Ibuki tries to abuse the charge time, then that leaves her open to being countered in other ways. Her V skill 2, Makibishi, is a caltrop that's placed on the ground to help create dangerous situations. Ibuki can lay 3 caltrops at one time and to help set up some ambiguous side switches or land fancy combos. She can also throw down just 1 caltrop depending on the situation. The caltrop distance will depend on the button's strength. To really scare the opponent and mount a comeback, Ibuki can use her V-Trigger 2, Fuma Shuriken. Fuma Shuriken is a giant projectile that Ibuki throws at the opponent with it returning seconds later. Ibuki has infinite mix-up possibilities with V-Trigger 2 due to how big the shuriken is. She can also get some cool combos and sequences with the shuriken, making it one of the more versatile V-Triggers in Street Fighter V. And if Ibuki plays her cards right, she might be able to get 2 in one round. A wise man once said, "Money comes and goes, but the shuriken always returns." Ibuki takes the art of deception to another level and is extremely fun to play once her toolset is mastered. However, to compensate for this abundance of fun, she has low health, low stun, and requires meticulous resource management, which makes her highly technical. If you like ninjas and mix-up based characters, then pick Ibuki and showcase the way of the ninja. Balrog, the money-grubbing boxer who's one of Bison's personal bodyguards. Balrog is one of 2 boxers in the Street Fighter series whose moveset mostly consists of punches. Compared to Dudley's refined strikes, Balrog is a dirty boxer who depends on punching speed and raw, bullish power. In Street Fighter V, Balrog received some barbaric boxing techniques to complement his uncouth boxing style and keep the opponents guessing when used correctly. And with his V system being so versatile, he's definitely a problematic powerhouse. Balrog has a ton of impactful normal attacks, one of them being his standing heavy kick. This is a button that scares anyone due to the mileage Balrog can get from it. It has decent range for a heavy and is great at pressuring opponents. He can use this with malicious intent until it lands as a crush counter. Then he can follow up and send the opponent closer to the corner. Standing heavy kick can't be punished on block, so Balrog can abuse this normal. Another normal that solidifies Balrog's gameplay is his standing medium punch. Balrog's quite difficult to fight on the ground due to how his toolset works, ultimately making the opponent want to jump at him. Luckily, standing medium punch works as a reliable anti-air and is one of the better anti-airs in Street Fighter V. Once it connects, Balrog will be in a strong position to initiate his strike-throw game. To cover ground extremely quickly with Balrog, he can use his special attack, Dash Straight. Nicknamed the Rush Punch, Dash Straight is an excellent poking tool with the distance increasing depending on the strength used. Balrog has to be mindful of the spacing though, because the opponent can punish a poorly spaced Dash Straight on block or if the move misses entirely. But to really surprise the opponent, Balrog can use EX Dash Straight. This is super quick up close and leaves Balrog at a slight advantage on block, but more importantly, scores him a knockdown. There are little to no drawbacks when using this move. Balrog's V-skills make him a threat to almost everyone in the cast. His V-skill 1, KKB, allows him to spin towards the opponent. This is extremely useful against projectiles, in which Balrog can follow through with his Buffalo Swing and start offense from there. KKB is also useful in combos to allow Balrog to net extra damage or score a knockdown in situations where he normally wouldn't. To further surprise the opponent, KKB can also go into an overhead attack, Buffalo Pressure, and get a combo. Or he can cancel Dash Straight into the V-skill and make the opponent guess between various options. With V-skill 2, FFB, Balrog does a Dempsey roll to amplify Dash Straight to increase its damage and provide better combo potential. Dash Straight is already problematic, but FFB makes it much more threatening. The buffed Dash Straights are powerful against armor-based attacks due to having multiple hits. The V-skill starts flashing, letting the player know it's ready to use. Balrog's damage and stun output ascend to new heights courtesy of his V-triggers. V-trigger 1, Crazy Rush, gives Balrog two new moves, Charging Buffalo and Bursting Buffalo, which allows him to do consecutive rush punches in one sequence, making it really beneficial in combos and for corner carry in general. Charging Buffalo becomes more powerful when paired with V-skill 2, making it a good V-system combination. V-trigger 2, No Mercy, gives Balrog access to the command grab B3, which does a monstrous amount of stun. B3 can be used in combos or done by itself if the situation presents itself. Overall, both of Balrog's V-triggers are good comeback solutions depending on the situation and matchup. Balrog is one of the heaviest hitters in Street Fighter V. With great grounded tools, a decent anti-air, and powerful comeback factors, he's one of the stronger characters on paper. If you're a fan of boxing and like high damage, then pick the Angry Pugilist and get the knockout. Juri, the sadistic and hedonistic Taekwondo specialist. Ever since Juri's introduction in Street Fighter IV, she's been a firm fan favorite. Juri is a flamboyant fighter who loves to toy with her opponents. In Street Fighter V, Juri's design underwent some cool adjustments whilst retaining her iconic gameplay features, mainly the Fuhajin Special and Feng Shui Engine. Combining those features with the V-system makes Juri a formidable opponent for anyone. Juri has numerous buttons that cause a great deal of frustration for the opponent. One of them being her standing medium kick. This is a two-hitting move with the latter part serving as a poke. This is extremely useful for Juri in this regard and is one of the best medium attacks in Street Fighter V. However, if the first part of standing medium kick connects, then Juri can cancel it into a special attack and score more damage. Another annoyingly powerful normal Juri possesses is her standing medium punch. This acts as Juri's primary pressure tool, assisting her in trying to open up the opponent. When the standing medium punch hits, depending on the resources available to Juri, she can go into various different combo enders which only benefit her. One reason players gravitate towards Juri is because of her memorable special attack, Fuharen Kyaku. Previously called Fuhajin, This special has two parts to it, but functions differently to how it did in Street Fighter 4. The first part is a charge kick that stores a special attack for Juri to utilize later on. The stored special differs depending on which version of Fuharen Kyaku Juri inputted. Juri gains access to 3 different Fuharen Kyaku specials. There's a visual indication of the specials near the meter gauges. The first one being Light Fuharen Kyaku, a projectile which slowly travels across the ground that helps Juri to control the neutral game temporarily. There's also Medium and Heavy Fuharen Kyaku. Both are mainly used as combo fodder that help Juri take her opponents toward the corner. One final thing to note is that if Juri has 2 or more stores available, she can cancel one Fuharen Kyaku special into another. This would be to score more damage or make her safe from punishment. Juri's V-skills have extremely different objectives and show off her flexibility. Her V-skill 1, Kazatsushu, is a unique dash that travels through the opponent and attacks them from behind. There's 2 versions to V-skill 1, a slow version and the instant version. The former doesn't really have much utility outside of ending combos, but the latter is much more effective. The instant Kazatsushu travels significantly faster, which lets Juri catch moves that may have huge recovery. It's also useful against characters who have long-reaching attacks. With V-skill 2, Fuha Enzan, Juri stores an attack which when released, summons a giant projectile that can aid her offensive game. Fuha Enzan works in tandem with the Fuharen Kyaku specials by either making Juri's pressure sequences trickier to counter and make her safe from punishment, or give her new combo routes which allow for more damage and lengthier combos. Both the V-skills need to be stored before utilizing them properly, so players need to understand where it's safe to apply them. Juri's V-Trigger 1, Feng Shui Engine, gives combo flexibility a whole new meaning. VT1 grants Juri a few offensive buffs, a faster forward dash, a 2-hitting projectile, but the main change is that she now has the ability to chain together normals that are not normally possible. Feng Shui Engine also automatically gives Juri her Fuharen Kyaku specials without having to store them prior to the activation. But the catch is, when stringing together these new combos, the V-trigger drains incredibly quickly. Feng Shui Engine is Juri's main comeback tool in Street Fighter V. Juri remains one of the most technical characters in Street Fighter history. Her strength in Street Fighter V mainly depends on how well the player utilizes her V-skills and Fuharen Kyaku specials. If you love motorcycles, the color purple, and let's be real here, feet, then pick Juri and dish out the pain. Thank you for watching. These character overviews are made possible by our generous patrons. For $1 a month, you can help support projects like this, and also get bonuses like early access to videos and your name listed here. Up next is Urian, Akuma, and Colleen.